You know, you can't please everybody all of the time. But I do debate. I do give in my input. I say when I think it's wrong. I say when I feel we're not being consistent.
Hello, good day. Welcome. I'm sitting here with the phenomenal Patricia van der Ros. Patricia van der Ros is the Deputy Chairperson of the Metro in the Democratic Alliance in Cape Town. She's a strong leader. Thank you for having me, Patricia.
Thank you, Joseph, and thank you for the invitation. Hi, everybody.
Patricia, who is Patricia van der Ros?
Oh, you said my name so many times. But who is she? She's a worshipper, she's a mother, she's a leader, she's a PR counselor, and ultimately she's a woman that is living her purpose.
And how did you end up in politics?
Back in 2012, I was working for the Democratic Alliance as an operations manager, and then my then manager, which is our current chief whip, advised me to go for an interview in October 2013, which led me to be elected in 2014. So yes, and since then it's just been smooth sailing.
You are the Deputy Metro Chairperson. You're a woman and you're sitting in that robust space. Challenges there?
There are a lot of challenges because it is genuinely a man-run,
a male-dominated.
Yes, you know, and sometimes
with strong men, eh?
Very strong, very strong men, but not dominating men.
Yeah.
So there are gentlemen that listen. They allow me to give my view, and most times we get to a conclusion which suits us all. You know, you can't please everybody all of the time. But I do debate. I do give in my input. I say when I think it's wrong. I say when I feel we're not being consistent. I say when I feel that we're not the platform to be giving guidance. So yes, and they give me that opportunity, and I think that's brilliant, just knowing that we're all willing to listen to all of us.
A lot of disgruntled voters, a lot of criticism, especially in social media, about the Democratic Alliance, some uncalled for. How do we meander that space?
Look, I just think the city of Cape Town and the people in the city of Cape Town don't know that we do have strong coloured leaders. I'm one of them. I mean, if you cannot lead in your own space, like I lead in the Lotus River space and I lead in the Heideveld space, why would I want to get on a big platform and lead at this time if I know there's so many groundwork to be done? And I am one of those people that come from the roots, willing to say, listen, here's ek nou. Give me an opportunity now before I get to a platform where I won't be able to. Because if I'm on a platform that high, who am I going to ask to knock at auntie this door or auntie that door, you know? So,
what do we say to disgruntled voters out there?
If you tell me what the issue is, I can fix it.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to be direct and say, listen, this is my issue, or just say, I've listened from this one, I heard from that one, then I won't be able to pinpoint it. So you need to be able to be firm as to what your issue is, and your issue can't be your neighbor's issue.
Exactly.
So tell me what your issue is. In fact, tell any of our leaders out there what your issue is, and I'm sure it will be solved.
The dangers of voting for smaller parties?
Oh, Joseph, I knew you were going to ask me this. There's no outcome.
Do people realize that it's a danger?
I don't think so, but there's no outcome because môre gaan hulle sê ja, maar ek het vir Diana gewout, maar hulle het nie vir my gekan jy nie asseblief. So I'm saying, why are you still going to go through that whole hoop if you can just vote for the Democratic Alliance and then just be it?
As a church person, I cannot associate with gangsterism and gangsters as leaders. And you understand that stigma.
Correct.
Why do people gravitate towards the gangsters and our community? Do people know that people are making fun of us because we're gravitating towards those people as leaders?
You know, some of us are not left with any choices. We get parents that's been unemployed for years. We get parents that's dependent on the 350, 370, the 500 child welfare. They are so dependent on it, they have forgotten their own worth. So the more we try and put the message out there that, listen, we can do things differently, the more there's another element that's telling them, no, they're not going to. And I feel because it's already so little that they have, they're holding on to the little that they have in order to not make a mistake with that little, then to start something bigger and being more productive. That's what I think.
Patricia, what's next for you on your political journey?
I just want to make it in 2026. I am on the PR list, so the second ballot is mine. But yes, I do want to make it first on the list, make sure I come back. And I think, you know, when we plant a seed, you need to make sure that you water that plant.
Nurture it.
And you need to nurture it. So I've planted a seed back in 2014, and I can see the Lotus River region or the Lotus River area coming up and blooming. I see how equipped they're becoming. I see how independent they're becoming. And I would like to continue that, not only in that area, but in other spaces as well.
Young Patricia out there, confused, don't know where she's going. Your words of encouragement for her?
I've got a youth, Joseph, currently. I've taken over the youth temporarily at our church. And the one verse that I've learned from is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I want the young Patricia out there to know that you can. Find your seat around the table. You know your worth, know your value, and know your purpose. Because you can do absolutely anything you set your mind to.
Patricia, you're such an inspiration, a leader within this very robust space. We appreciate you. Thank you for your contribution. May you go from strength to strength and power to power. Jy is die kop en hierdie sterkte. Mag die Here vir jou altyd deurkom in alles waarmee jy besig is. Mag die hand van die Here op alles wees. En baie, baie dankie vir die feit dat jy jou naam op hy lysie sit. Sê baie mense wat waag om in daai space te beweeg. Maar baie, baie, baie dankie. Waardeer jou.
Thank you so much, Joseph, and thanks for inviting me. And again, you know your worth, you know your value, and I know that God has greater things planned for you.
Amen.